Hi, my name is Josh Freeman. I am a attorney at Freeman Level. We are a law firm that helps business and real estate entrepreneurs and small businesses to understand and take the right legal risks so they can kind of navigate their business from kind of its initial idea stages to a successful exit. We've created these videos to kind of talk through some of our presentation materials and share some of the legal principles and things we think about when we're structuring businesses, helping businesses to know how to properly scale and grow, and some of the legal issues associated with selling your business. So today we're going to be talking a little bit about manager and member indemnifications in clauses in LLC operating agreements. So this is a decision when you're setting up your operating agreement and structuring your business to decide how you want how much protection you want to provide to the businesses, to the business's owners and to the managers of the business. So we're going to talk a little bit about kind of a hypothetical situation. So let's imagine that your company is sued by a customer for a breach of contract, or we can also imagine that you're sued by one of your employees. But to make matters worse, they also sue you as the owner and your other founders and co-owners, as well as the you as a manager and the other managers of the company. So you have this lawsuit, brought by it's brought by one of your one of your employees, and they name your company and you as an individual, and then other partners as well. So the question is do we want to require the company to be responsible to pay for all of the attorney's fees and damages that the actual individual owners and managers might incur during this process? So there's kind of two different options that you typically see in operating agreements. One of them is a mandatory indemnification clause, and if you include a mandatory indemnification clause, you're saying, yes, if the company is sued, then the company will pay for the lawyers and attorneys' fees and any damages that the owners and managers incur because of their actions that were taken on behalf of the business. So if you include the mandatory indemnification provision, you do that, you're stuck. So if the company's in financial trouble or other things like that, you're gonna have to figure out a way to do it, or you potentially have another lawsuit on your hands from the owners of the business to get reimbursed for their costs of defending themselves and any damages that they might incur. So one of the things, if you do include a mandatory indemnification, it's highly recommended to purchase a directors and officers insurance policy. That insurance policy will essentially provide the funds to protect your directors and your officers or your manager and member with the protection in those in those lawsuits and those damages. So that's something to look at. If you can also include in your LLC an optional indemnification agreement, indemnification clause. And basically what this means is that you're saying, hey, look guys, if the company is in a position to provide you indemnification, we're going to do it. And so it's aspirational but not required. And so in this case, you could be in a situation where the company and the owners, or the managers are sued, and the company says, listen, we don't have the financial resources to provide this defense and for all of the owners and everybody involved. And if that happens, then the owners and the officers have to go and get their own, get their own attorneys potentially, and pay for their own damages. And so, if that happens, it's, the company then isn't going to get, well, the company won't be sued under a mandatory indemnification. And so it can reduce some of the liabilities of the business itself. Again, in these situations, we still do recommend and suggest directors and officer insurance policies, so that you have that there and can provide that, because it really is best for your business if you're able to provide those protections, because it is, common for certain owners or certain managers or certain, executives to be sued, and have claims brought against them, from employees or, other contractors who interact directly with them, or different things like that. So that's kind of a quick rundown on, manager member indemnification provisions, when to use them, when you may not want to use them.